how Trump handles world leaders trying to take advantage of the USA.
Strong NATO is good for Europe, but it's also good for the United States. The US military presence in Europe helps to protect Europe, but it also helps the United States project power to the Middle East, to Africa, and I think also that the military cloud of Europe, the economic cloud, the political cloud, also is helpful dealing with Russia. And we look forward to the meeting we're going to have with President Putin, and I think that leaders are also looking forward to your thoughts about the meeting with President Putin later on.
Well, I have to say, I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. And I think we have to talk to Germany about it. On top of that, Germany is just paying a little bit over 1%, whereas the United States, in actual numbers, is paying 4.2% of a much larger GDP. So I think that's inappropriate also. You know, we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting everybody, and yet we're paying a lot of money to protect. Now, this has been going on for decades.
That's all the kids say. Where's the lie? I hate to say this also. Everything, President Trump is saying is true, but we are so much worse off now. We don't need to get into intense geopolitics, but let me tell you, Iran, Biden, said sanctions on Iran. Forget about it. We can buy oil from Iran. Everyone can buy oil from Iran. And guess what that does? That makes Iran rich. And guess what Iran does when it gets rich? Doesn't help the poor, struggling people there. No. Gets himself real rich and funds terror against Israel, against our allies. And talking about Germany and Russia, like President Trump was, basically saying, we protect you, Germany, but you're completely in bed with Russia. So why are we helping you when you're just paying billions of dollars to Russia? It makes absolutely no sense. And once again, we have to talk about the juxtaposition between Donald J. Trump as a leader and Joe Biden. Joe Biden is America's bitch, and every country knows it. They're not afraid of him. They think he will placate them because he has proven it time and time and time again. I just don't understand how anyone could possibly think we're doing better now than we were under President Trump. We had no wars because Trump said, if you start X war or engage in Y conduct, we're going to bomb the crap out of you. Biden just bumbles around in his new cheap sneakers so he doesn't fall down and literally placates our enemies, funds their wars against our allies, making our lives worse. Biden, we have 2 wars. Ukraine, don't even get started on that. Biggest grift for the military-industrial complex known to man. Everyone's getting rich. And aren't we buying oil from Putin too? So wait. If we're buying oil from Putin, we're funding Ukraine war. I feel like we're living in crazy times with a crazy president that we could not possibly get rid of sooner. And the way that President Trump was talking in that meeting, he was basically saying, we need to check this conduct. This conduct is not acceptable. What the hell are you doing? We need better from you. Whereas Biden just bumbles around and says, okay, do whatever you want. We're your little bitch. It's really sad. You know, people used to say about Donald Trump, they're laughing at us internationally. First of all, they're laughing at us now when we have a president who falls down 500 times. And they also laughed when we had fat Bill Clinton, and he was heavy at the time. I'm not insulting him. He would have probably been a Republican now. I mean, they were laughing at Bill Clinton running around eating his McDonald's and playing his saxophone. So don't even stop and say that Donald Trump was the one they were laughing at. Donald Trump was the one they were scared